Hello, Jauntours and Awakening Souls. Welcome back to Nutritional Notes. This month's theme is Good Mood Foods, Nourishing Emotional Wealth. Food doesn't just fuel the body, it shapes the mind, influences our emotions, and even impacts the way we experience the world. Emotional wealth, the ability to engage with our emotions as guides, is deeply supported by what we eat and how we eat it. Science shows us that nutrition and mood are directly linked through the gut brain axis, neurotransmitter production, and blood sugar regulation. Spiritually, food carries memory, energy, and vibration. The Akashic perspective reminds us that the way we nourish ourselves physically mirrors how we nourish ourselves emotionally and spiritually. So today, let's explore how food can either weigh down our emotional state or help us return to presence. When nutrition is ignored, emotional wealth is harder to sustain. Skipping meals or relying on highly processed foods often destabilizes blood sugar, leading to irritability, anxiety, and mood swings. Deficiencies in key nutrients like B vitamins, omega 3s, or magnesium have been linked to depression, low energy, and emotional instability. Emotionally, this looks like reactivity, exhaustion, and the inability to ground ourselves when feelings arise. It is not about labeling foods as good or bad, but about recognizing that some choices disconnect us from our emotional center. Sometimes we know what foods help us feel better, but we don't consistently integrate them. This underutilized approach often shows up as eating nourishing foods only when convenient, reaching for comfort foods in times of stress while forgetting supportive basics, periods of clarity followed by cycles of depletion. Just like with an emotional toolkit, underutilized nutrition creates inconsistency. The body and emotions may stabilize for a while, but the foundation is not steady enough to carry us through long term stress or transition. When we use nutrition as part of our emotional wealth practice, we create harmony. Stable blood sugar supports calmer responses and sustained focus. Nutrient dense foods provide the building blocks for neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, directly influencing mood and resilience. Meals become rituals of presence, anchoring us in gratitude and slowing us down to listen to our bodies. Science backs this. Studies show diets rich in whole foods, vegetables, fruits, and omega 3s are associated with lower rates of depression and anxiety. Mindful eating reduces stress hormones and improves emotional regulation. Nutrition does not erase emotions, but it strengthens the foundation from which we meet them. Let's name some of the key foods that support emotional wealth. Leafy greens, rich in folate and magnesium, they regulate mood and energy. Berries, packed with antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress, can calm the nervous system. Fatty fish or plant-based omega-3s like salmon, flax, or chia support brain function and neurotransmitter balance. Fermented foods like yogurt, kimchi, and sauerkraut support gut health, which directly influences mood through the gut-brain axis. Dark chocolate, in moderation, enhances serotonin and dopamine levels, offering emotional uplift. Complex carbs like quinoa, oats, and sweet potatoes stabilize blood sugar for balanced mood and focus. And nuts and seeds provide healthy fats and magnesium, aiding relaxation and emotional steadiness. These are not magic cures, but they create the conditions for emotional wealth to flourish. Food is not just science, it is spirit. When we approach meals with presence, food becomes a ritual of emotional wealth. Light a candle before eating to honor nourishment. Offer gratitude to the earth, farmers, and unseen hands that brought the food to you. Eat slowly, savoring each bite, listening to how your body responds. Align meals with cycles, seasonal foods, new moon resets, or family or cultural traditions. Spiritually aligned eating turns food from fuel into communion. It anchors us in gratitude and harmony with life itself. In the Akashic field, food is seen as frequency. Each bite carries not just nutrients, but vibration. Foods grown close to the earth, that are fresh, whole, and unprocessed, carry a frequency that grounds us in presence. Heavily processed foods, disconnected from their origin, often create dissonance within us. Meals shared in love vibrate differently than meals eaten in stress or isolation. The records remind us how we nourish ourselves physically is how we nourish ourselves emotionally. Eating with presence is an act of self love that ripples into emotional wealth. Here's how a day might look if we intentionally support emotional wealth through food. Morning, oatmeal topped with berries, seeds, and walnuts. This is grounding and stabilizing. Midday, a salad with leafy greens, quinoa, avocado, and salmon or chickpeas. This is nutrient dense and mood supportive. An afternoon snack, dark chocolate and herbal tea, a gentle lift and a ritual pause. In the evening, roasted sweet potatoes, sauteed greens, and fermented vegetables. This is calming, digestive, and balancing. Simple, intentional, and presence filled. Emotional wealth is not just shaped by thoughts or rituals. It is shaped by nourishment. Without nutritional support, emotions can feel heavier. With inconsistent support, balance comes and goes. With consistent support, nutrition becomes a steady foundation for emotional wealth. I invite you to reflect. Which foods truly support my mood and energy? How can I bring more presence to the way I eat? What small shifts this week could help me nourish my emotional wealth more fully? Food is not just fuel, it is frequency, it is a ritual, it is emotional support. May your plate be a pathway back to presence. Before you go, I love to share the grace I personally recite before eating as a way of honoring the nourishment before me. I thank you, Gaia, elementals, and all those who had a hand in me receiving this food that nourishes my mind, nourishes my body, and nourishes my soul for my highest and best good. So be it, and so it is. I give heartfelt thanks of love and light. Feel free to create your own variation. The words matter less than the presence and gratitude you bring. With love and light, I am Terra.